Hey guys, Emily from Foodbox HQ here. Today we're talking about Misfits Market. So we've done a few reviews of Misfits in the past, mainly focusing on their ugly produce that they offer at a discounted rate. But today we're digging in a little bit further because they've essentially become a full-service online grocery. So let's see what's in our box. Alrighty, so inside your box you're gonna see this cardboard insulation. Nice to see, it's very recyclable. It looks like we have some asparagus, some broccoli, some organic snow peas, a chocolate bar, some mushrooms, some more mushrooms. We've got blueberries, cardboard and plastic. I like the cardboard insulation. We've got some white onions, some jalapeno garlic olive oil, cacao nibs, some oranges here, Korean starter flavors. We also got some ugly sparkling water, peach flavor. And then we've got our cold pack. All right, ooh, we got another ice pack. And we have some Korean barbecue style grass-fed beef from Phil's Finest. We have some chicken thighs, some ground bison, and some bacon. All right, so let's get organized and talk about how all of this works. So originally, Misfit Market was a weekly subscription service where they would send you quote unquote ugly produce at a discounted rate. You couldn't choose what produce you were going to get. It was just whatever they had on hand. Then that evolved to you being able to decide between what was available. You could pick, one from this category, 3 from this category, etc. And then you could do add-ons of snacks or drinks or whatever it was that you would like. Now they are a complete full service grocery where you pick all of your items a la carte. They work with local distributors so that everything that they ship to you isn't coming from super far and you won't see really high shipping costs. One thing that they say on their site is that you could see up to 40% discounts on some of their foods. I will say some of our discounts maybe weren't that high, but there were definitely things that were more affordable than we see in our local stores. Now that they've expanded, we were able to get things like meats, we were able to get things like spices and flavoring mixes, and from there, we're gonna make an entire meal. So let's get cooking. All right, so we made a Korean barbecue stir fry with the snap peas, the mushrooms, and some of the asparagus, as well as those white onions. That was that pre-marinated beef that was in the Korean barbecue flavor. So I'm really excited to try this. I just made this up. Don't come for me if it's not authentic. It's just something I'm experimenting with in the kitchen. So let's try it out. It smells good. Asparagus has a little bit of a crunch to it, but not overly soggy. And that flavor from the meat. There's like a little bit of spice, but not too much. I love spicy. My stomach can't really handle it anymore, but this is like the perfect amount just to give some flavor. That's really good. Let me try the snap peas. Crunchy. I don't know if they fit with the full recipe, but it's always good to have more veggies. So I'm gonna eat a lot more of this. And when I'm done, I'll see you for some final thoughts. All right, so just a quick wrap up on Misfits Market. I think this is such a great approach to sustainability. I think there is so much food waste from grocery stores simply because people don't want to pick the quote unquote ugly produce. And I will say we've done this quite a lot over the past few years. In the early days of the pandemic, we were getting this delivered weekly and we didn't really see too much of what you might call ugly, right? Nothing was unusable. Things might be really, really big or really small comparatively, and it might not be the one you would immediately pick in the store. I will say you might have noticed there's a lot less packaging in the box in terms of keeping things nice and snug. You won't see plastic bags, you won't see styrofoam dividers, and that's really, really great from a sustainability perspective. But what that means is you might get a couple of things that are bruised or cracked, nothing major, definitely all still usable, but just wanted to mention it. As we know, they've also expanded to sort of cold food. So we've got meats, we've got things that really need to stay temperature controlled as they get shipped to you. you. And so because of that, they have a minimum for a cold pack. So you need to order a certain amount of food that can go in that cold pack before they'll ship it to you. Just a logistics thing that we wanted to mention. I will say some of the stuff that we ordered wasn't necessarily cheaper than the stuff that we see at our local grocery stores, but the trade-off there is you do get to see some really cool brands and products that you wouldn't typically get access to. Things like that Korean barbecue beef, that's not something I've ever seen before. Stuff like that, right? We've tried different drinks, some different snacks, things that you wouldn't normally get to see, and it kind of takes you out of your comfort zone and you get to try some new stuff. If you're looking for an online grocery store that gives you discounted produce and an awesome selection, click the link below and check out Misfits Market.